gonna do is just show you some basic stuff, so get your head like wrapped around like the concept of the whole thing, because you sort of kind of understand what a network is anyway, all right?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and what I got here, I'm gonna just show you. This is a switch, right? If I click it here, this is a real low-end Cisco switch, and it's almost the same thing. It is the same thing like what's on the back of your cable modem, or even that T-Mobile. The T-Mobile one only has like 1 or 2 ports, right? Right. Okay. And that's the Ethernet that we're talking about, right? So we got that, and I got one PC here, right? now this is their kind of phony PC, all right? It looks like a little tower, right? Okay, and so you got some little connections on there and stuff, right? That's cool. Let me see if I can zoom out on it a little bit so you can see it, right? So they're just saying that this is a desktop, and you can configure the desktop, right? So I'm gonna just configure it. So and then I want to show you some stuff real quick. So basically, you click on the interface, and it's the fast Ethernet, right? And they say configure it, and you notice over here everything is auto. So it'll sense the speed of whatever we're connected to. As long as it can adapt to the speed, it'll be happy. All right. And so that whole thing about IP addresses, right? They have this DHCP. It just means dynamic allocation. And that's a whole other thing. But basically, we're gonna just put on a private IP address on here. And we'll just say it'll be 10.0. I'm gonna make it 2. Okay. Oh, sorry. I put the point there. So it's 10.0.0.2. All right. And you see when I click down to the subnet mask, how it automatically shows up with this 255.0.0.0. All right. That's a Class A IP address, right? And I'm gonna leave it like that for now, because otherwise I don't want to go into too many concepts at one time. All right. Okay, and let's see here. We got the IP address on this guy, and we gotta give it what they we'll see here. We're gonna fill this in a minute, right? So I'm gonna close this, and I'm gonna just show you how I got this on there. You see down here, you can select your different kind of devices. These are routers, desktops, right? So you got laptops and all kind of stuff, and you have when you click to routers, you got routers and you got switches. That's how I got this switch, right? So I'm going to go back to desktops and just put another PC on there to show you how I got it on there in the first place. So I'll just kind of place them where I want to place them, and so this is PC 0 and this is PC 1. And I can just put another one on there for the heck of it, and you can configure them pretty easy. And and here's something I'll show you, right? That you can do with this. You can cut and paste. So basically, instead of typing out the whole thing every time, you can just copy it with a Control C, you know. And I can go to the next guy like that, right? And under the interface, oh heck, hang on for a second. The wife is calling. Don't know why. She must be needing something. Hold on.
I keep going.
Yeah. Hey, babe. What did you just find? No, I'm on the phone with Trey, so I don't know. Well, after I'm done, I'll take a look. All right? Okay. All right, bye. All right, Trey. Don't you hear some kind of beeping sound downstairs? I don't know what that is. All right, so I just do a Control V, and I'll just make this a 3. You see what I'm saying? So I'm just showing you how quickly you can configure them, right? And I'm gonna go this guy here, and I'm gonna configure, and I'm gonna go interface here, and I'm gonna make him 4, so he'll be .4, and just click down here, and he just grab this IP address. This is a huge amount of. Anyway, we'll talk about the whole IP addressing thing later. But we got a .2, 3, and a 4, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So now we got the IP address on these guys, and this is a switch. So if you hover over the switch, and you have the same app on your desktop, so I'm gonna let you play with it. After I'm done with this, I'm gonna have you do the same thing, and then you're gonna share your screen. All right. So basically, this guy here, he's showing fast Ethernets, if I click on him, I can actually pull him up. But basically, we're not going to configure this switch. He's just a switch that you're going to use to tie these guys in. And the way you tie him in is you click on this lightning bolt here, and this gives you your virtual connections. All right, so you got all kinds of connections. This will automatically choose your connection. This one here is a straight through cable, and this one here is a crossover cable. So we're gonna use a straight through cable, right? And I click on him, and you get this little, you see that little kind of how the cursor change. And I click on him, just to click on this guy, and I click on him, wait for the drop down, and I'm gonna click as fast Ethernet. I go over here, and now it won't let me go until I choose something. All right? Okay. So then I'm gonna click on him, and then you don't want to put it in the console, so you choose the first one. You see what I'm saying? So I'm gonna hit him. So now he got a connection, and I'm gonna do the same thing for the next guy. I'm gonna click on him, go down there, and then go up here, click on him, and now you see the number 1 is gone, and I only got this other choice, so you can't mess up. You see what I'm saying? And then we do the same thing for this one here. Go down here, fast Ethernet, and go here, click on him. And now you only see number 3 because number 1 and 2 are used up. You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
Right. Okay, so now you got this guy here. And what you got here now is you got 3 of these guys in the same, if you will, on the same network, right? Now we're gonna just kind of play around with it before we duplicate it, and I'll show you some stuff. So basically, you go over here to desktop this time, and you got a whole bunch of choices. This always confused me because I would say terminal. I want to use the terminal, but it's really the run. And you click this, and you get this command prompt, right? You ever use the ping command?
No.
Okay, so it's an easy word to remember, ping, right? And I'm gonna ping itself. This guy's a .2, right? So I'll ping himself. That's what you get with the ping command. And what this is showing you, this is saying it's sent 32. It says bytes 32, and it took 4 milliseconds. And it says time to live is 120, and it just means, and we'll get into that later. You don't have to worry about that. But down here, the result is what you want to know. It sends 4 pings, 1, 2, 3, 4, and it received 4 pings. So the percentage loss is 0%. That's actually a good thing. You see what I'm saying? And then it gives you like the maximum response and the minimum response time and the maximum response time, right? See, this guy's varied, right? This guy was 4, he's 6, he's 5, and 5, right? Now, if I hit the character turn again, just to kind of make it not so jumbled up, and I hit up arrow on my keyboard, that's what I did do. right? I'm going to
Okay.
change, I'm going to change this to a 3. And I'm thinking I should be able to ping the other guy. And I can, right? Okay. And I'm going to do the same thing for number 4, right? And there he is. I pinged him. All right. Boom. I pinged him. So that means what that means in a nutshell is that these 3 guys can talk to each other now. You got 3 PCs and they can talk to each other, but that don't do you a lot of good, does it? Right? Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the fundamentals of routing, how we get this network thing going by doing this. I'm going to choose another switch over here, and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to set up the same thing, but I'm going to give them different IP addresses, network addresses, right? So I got 3, and now I'm going to give them a Class C network this time. And so I'm going to click on this guy, PC number 3, and configure him. And I'll go to his network interface, and I'm going to do 192.168. That's an important. You'll find out why it's important later, but today you don't have to worry about that part. And when I click down here, you're going to see 3 255s and a .0. Okay, that's his natural subnet mask. The other guy's natural subnet mask was just a 255.0.0.0. Okay, and I'm going to just copy him with a Control C. I'm going to go to the next guy since he's a .2, and I'm going to click on him, and go to config and go to the interface, and I'm going to get an IP address. I'm going to do a Control V, and I'm going to make him 3. Okay, and just click down the next line, and he got his IP and he got his subnet mask. All right, I'm going to the last guy and make him 4. Right, so I'll go to config, I go to interface, and I go here, do a Control V, and I'm going to make him 4, right? Because it's 2, 3, 4. And it's keeping me honest. Okay, so I do that. I go to this guy now. We're on the other network. We're on the other network, right? I go to desktop and I go to run, right? And I'm going to do a ping to one of his neighbors here, right? So it's going to be a 192.168.0. Oh well, I'm going to ping himself first, right? So I'm pinging myself, right? And I do believe this. He said timeout. Let's wait a minute here. Let's make sure that was what I gave him, right? Let me just make sure.
I think you gave him 3.
I did. I might have. Let's see. You should be right, my friend. Oh, no, I gave him 2. 192.168.2, right? Oh, you know why? What did I forget to do?
Coils.
Yes, sir. Okay. See, that's the first troubleshooting. You're just troubleshooting something today. All right. So we click on here. Let's just hook them all up. And we're gonna go to .1. And that was a quick troubleshooting session right there, man.
Mm-hmm. And I've seen it. I just didn't say that.
Hey, see what I'm saying? But that's what we do. That's troubleshooting. People, realize, you just did your first troubleshooting right there. All right? Yeah. Because basically, right, the bad boy failed, right? Right? And we did a little bit of checking. We said, did we have the right IP address? Yes, we did. Why isn't it working? Oh, the connection isn't there, right? So if I hit an up arrow in this here, this is called the command line, by the way. Now it works. So you solved the problem, man.
What's up?
Hey. And we do an up arrow, and you see what I'm saying? That this is not rocket science, but you see what I'm saying? Okay.
Yes.
Now I'm going to type a 3, so he should get to the PC4 over there, and he can talk to PC4, right? Okay. And I'll just put a little space so that it doesn't look so jumbled up, and he can talk to the fourth guy. I know we can because we got our wires connected. All right, but guess what? Can he talk to these guys over here? Right? I don't believe we can. Right? Let's try. Let's try pinging one of them guys. Because number one, we don't have a wire, right? Okay. We got zero.
But you got the IP address.
Right, we got the IP address. So I'm gonna show you. So we're gonna do the proof of concept that we can't get over there. We know we can't because we got no wire. But the other reason why we can't talk to him is because he's on a different network altogether. This is where the how to put it, the start of my life, we didn't have routers, man. It was a mess, okay? It wasn't easy to do that, all right? I won't even tell you how we got around that because that's like ancient world, right? But how we get around it in today's world, right, is we use a router. So we're gonna choose a router, okay? And let's see if this is the right one for our needs, okay? So I'm gonna click on the hardware in this router here. First thing is, I want you to see what happens when you turn on a router. When you turn on a router, you're gonna see this if you got a terminal hooked up to it. What this hashtags are, is it decompressing the image on it, all right? And it says, would you like to enter? It says, would you like to enter initial configuration mode? I'm gonna say no. And by the way, that no echoes from the beginning of time, because if you say yes, that's our old ploy that the salesman used to use to set up the routers, and the salesman didn't know how to set up the routers. You understand what I'm saying? Okay. So now we hit enter, and I'm going to show you something. I'm going to do a show command called show IP interface, and you just have to type in INT brief, BRIEF, and it just shows you the interfaces on here, and you see it has 3 interfaces on there, and these are gigabit interfaces, right? 0/0/0/0 and 0/0/1. Okay. For our purposes, we're only interested in these first 2. And let's look at the physical. And this is the right one I wanted to show you. Let me see if I can zoom in. Boop. So these are the interfaces as best as we can make them out. All right. All right. So that's what they look like, and we're going to configure them, and I'm going to show you command line how we're going to configure these guys. And this is a quick little lesson, right? Okay, so basically, first we got to connect it up, right? So let's go back here, and we're going to, sorry, let's look at me, man. I'm getting all trigger happy here. So I'm going to click on this bad boy. Now remember that guy got gigabit interfaces, not Ethernet, not fast Ethernets, right? So I'm gonna use his gigabit interface right here, and I'm gonna tap onto his gigabit interface. We only need 2 of them, so that's not one. And we're gonna go to the other guy, to the other switch, and choose his gigabit to match up with that router. So we'll go all the way down there, so he got the same, and we're going to click on him. And this is the only one left, so that's it, right? So now he's connected up, right? And just for giggles, I'm gonna show you that he's not gonna work yet. Okay, he's not gonna work. We're gonna type this, and he's gonna time out still because we didn't do anything on the router, right? Okay. All right. So he's gonna time out. So we won't wait around for the failure. We know he's gonna time out. He's not gonna work. All right. He's timing out. He's timing out. Okay. And so we go into the router. And now we know we got these 2 interfaces connected, right? But if I hover over that router, ain't nothing happening. They're down, all of them down. And I'm gonna show you why. Okay? And it's kind of fade here. So basically, what we're in here is called the user mode, right? Whenever you see that less than, it's the greater than sign right there. If I don't the word router, we're in user mode, so we're going to enable And if you hit tab, it'll finish it out for you. Enable. Okay. I hit enable. We're in enable mode, and I'm gonna do what they call show run, right? Show run, which shows how this thing is configured. And you say, man, when you show me all this stuff, boy, it's confusing. But I'm just kidding. So basically, I'm going to just scroll back here. So basically, I typed in show run here, and it gives you a bunch of stuff. It says it's the version. This is interesting. It says IPsec, right? That's Cisco Express Forwarding. And if you notice, there's another thing called IPv6, which is another kind of IP addressing, which we're not going to touch on no time soon. Even in the real world, I haven't done any IPv6 configuration ever, although I know what it is. It just never took off, okay? And the reasons for why it never took off, you'll find out a couple of discussions down the road, okay? All right, I want to share some cool stuff now, man. And remember, this is all being recorded, so don't worry, don't strain your brain on it, but just follow me, all right? I'm going to send this all to you. This and this boringness of the whole thing. So basically, to get into, we're now into what they call privilege mode, all right? And we're going to go into config mode. So there's user mode, privilege mode, and config mode. So it's config, and we just do config T, which means configure terminal. If I hit the tab key, you see the whole thing, terminal comes out, all right? So we're in config terminal mode. Now I'm going to show you something cool because we're recording this, right? To sort of like keep yourself like what's going on here. We do this, we can try doing a show run from here. I'm going to show you what happens. Nothing will happen if I do a show run. It'll give me an error, all right? If I do show run here, look what happens. It says error. And if you notice, it says invalid input detected at the little up arrow, and it says the first command you typed in is no good here. All right. Now, if I do a do show run, okay, it works. All right. Efficacy, man. So I can do any command I could do in privilege mode or in user mode, I can do in config mode by saying the word do. And I find that helps, because if I do a do show IP interface, BRIEF, I got all my interfaces here, all right? Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put an IP address on the interface, all right? I'm going to put, and I do that by typing interface, and then basically you can just type in gig, G-I-G. You don't have to type out the whole thing, right? But if you wanted to, you could just highlight it like this, right? And click on copy, and then click down here and just say paste. And when I hit the enter, the prompt's going to change. See, the prompt went from config to config-if. So I'm in that interface right now, okay? And I want to put an IP address on this guy. So I'm going to put IP address, and I can just put add. And if I hit the tab key, he says, yeah, there you go. And if I wonder, what do I put in now, right? I can hit the question mark, and it says you can either put in the IP address or you can put in DHCP. And if you put in DHCP and there's a DHCP server, it'll just get the IP address automatically. Nothing to worry about. That will be the last command, right? But in this case, we're going to get, we're going to put an IP address, because this was the first one that we attached to from this guy here, from this switch, okay? So I'm going to put his IP address in here as 0.0.1. That's why I started off with .2. I wanted the .1 to be for the router, okay? And if I hit the question mark, again, it says you need to give me a subnet mask, right? And you see the friendly nature of this environment. You can say, what do I do next? You know, right?
Right.
Right. And as you recall, it was 255.0.0.0. Okay? And if I hit, what do I do next? It says, hit the carriage return, man. All right? So I hit the carriage return. I want to show you something here, right? See, for the interfaces, when I just did a show run, see how it says shut down? Okay. That means by default the interfaces is shut down. Okay? It's shut down. So before I come out of this interface, I'm gonna tell it, don't shut down anymore. With the no command, no shutdown. And if I type no S-U-T and hit the tab key again, it says that's what you're gonna do, no shutdown. Now, when I hit the return, it should bring the interface up. All right? So I hit the interface, and you see that right here? Line, it says line protocol on interface, gigabit Ethernet 0, blah, 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 change state to up. That means you just earned your pay today. All right? All right? And now what we do is this. We're going to type exit, and that just takes us one step back. Right? Here's the cool thing. You can choose to type interface gigabit, 0/0/0/0, right? Or you can hit the up arrow key till you see it. That's your history key. You see it? And this time we want to configure the .1, right? I mean, it's not .1, /1, right? Because that's the one that's connected to this guy over here. All right. So I'm gonna do that. Go into his interface, and
I see the arrows turn green.
Yeah, exactly. Because they're talking now, man. Good deal, man. That's what we need. Keen eye. Tee it up, man. Right. So now we're typing IP address, and like I said, you don't have to, if it's unique. Right? And I'm going to show you something here, just so you know. If I hit question mark, these are all the things that you can type before IP address. You could get all of this stuff. We'll cover most of the stuff, okay? So basically, it's IP address, boom. And now we're going to just type an IP address of this guy here. So he's a 192.168.0.1. And of course, now we got to put the subnet mask in, which was 255.255.255.0. And we know that the only thing you can do now is a carriage return, right? So now he's IP addressed, okay? And now we do a no shut, right? But just to show you that this is like the crucial thing that you need to do, let's go over here, right? And go into the run of this guy, all right? And see if we can, because remember now, this guy is over in the 192.168.0.0 network, right? And right now he can't talk to this guy, right? See, he's timing out. So let's type in. Let's make sure we got this here. The no shut right here, right? And that's all you have to really type in practice is no shut. And I'm going to wait for this guy to completely time out before I finish it, right? So I'm going to start pinging him again over here. And this time I'm going to go over here and I'm going to hit enter. And he comes up, right? Said he came up. It's going to take a while for him to realize that he can reach there. And he may reach there on the last ping, or he may take a while to reach there. Let me just move this over here. So now they're both up, see? So let's try it again. I'm sorry. Yeah, let's see. Oh, you know what? My bad. You know why he won't reach him? Okay, you know why he won't reach him? I'll show you why. Because in the configuration, he doesn't know anything about where the router is, okay? He doesn't know the default gateway. That's what it's called, all right? default gateway is the IP address I gave to this guy. All right. In fact, let's just do this here. We can get out of this by typing exit one more time. Excellent. And we can just do show IP interface brief. Sorry. I'm a terrible speller. Show IP interface. Oh man, I'm still in config mode. You can do a Control Z also to get out. All right. You see, I did a Control Z. All right. And I'm gonna write this to memory. So I'm gonna just type in WR. If I hit tab, it says write, and I'm just gonna put MEM. And if I hit tab again, it says write memory. So he's written that configuration to memory. And yeah. So basically, I can just do a show IP interface BRIEF. And now I'll see all the IP addresses on there, right? And I'm just doing that to show you, right? So basically the gateway for this guy here is this. I can just copy that if I'm, just to show you. I hit copy. That's in my clipboard. And here's the gateway to this guy. So I'm gonna paste it there, Control V, right? And that's all I need to do, right? So now the desktop will know how to get to this guy. Sorry, he'll know how to get to this guy, but this guy won't know how to get back to him, right? So I got to do the same thing for him. So I got to go and put the gateway in for the other guy too, right? Yeah. And before I even do that, shoot, man, I forget these babies. They all need the gateways, don't they? Before I go to the other guy, right? So let's give them the gateways, right? So this guy got its gateway. And this guy got its gateway. That's what's nice about this. You can just, as long as it's in your clipboard, all right. Easy lab to work, And then I can just copy him. I mean, I can just type it, but I'm just lazy, man. I'm just showing you all the little tricks in there. Yeah. Although sometimes, depending on your mouse, it's easy to type it out, right? I'm just being lazy. But I'm just showing you that you can copy and paste in this environment. You know what I'm saying? So now I'm going to go to the PCs over here and tell them what their gateways are. I go to config, and default gateway is 10.0.1. So this guy got his gateway now, right? I'm going to give the other two guys their gateway. So he got his gateway. So he knows how to get back, to the network that we created. It's our little network here, right? And the last guy. Okay, so now they all got what they need, all right? And I'm going to just put this router over in the background for a minute, and we'll go back to our original guy that couldn't get anywhere, right? So we hit enter, and now we try PC 3 to the first PC, and it should pick up after one or two failed attempts. There it goes. See that? Okay, and then and I'm going to show you some other stuff. So let's go to the third one. The first times you say, what's happening? Why is it doing that? It's because it's actually asking the router, how do I get there? And that's actually taking a lot of CPU time on the router to figure that out. Okay? So see, the first time, so what's happening here, I'm going to show you something, right? If I go back now and try the first guy, he responds right away. You wonder why? Huh?
He already got the information.
That's right. The router literally keeps that information and remembers it. And what we call it in the world of Cisco is route once, switch many times. Switch many, route once. Okay, so it's in his tables. It's in his routing tables now, right? And you say, what the heck is a routing table, man? I don't know what you're talking about. Here's one of your most common commands. Show And now you don't have to type the whole thing out. Here's how you know a guy that really know, like if you're one of us, you just type SH, all right? And you do IP route, ROUTE. But you can just type in RO also, okay? And you do show IP route, okay? And what it does before it even tells you what the routes are, it tells you kind of the lingo here. See, C means connected, right? So it tells you what's connected to it directly, right? It says here that it has a /8, which means the network portion is just the first 8 bits. That's what this guy is. Each of these dots is 8 bits. So the network portion is 8 bits, and it says it's variably subnetted, 2 subnets, 2 masks, right? And he's saying he's connected directly to that interface. See, the 10 dot. And he says that locally this IP address exists. That's what the L stands for, right? Local IP address is that, right? And then he detects the other interface and the network on him, and he knows that the local IP address on him is that. That's why he could connect across the network, all right? And so that's like your 101, and basically now this bad boy is working, right? There is this is in real time. There's what they call simulation mode. I haven't used it in a while, but let's just see if we can do this right. If I mess up today, we'll do it again, because I haven't. And then you just close this thing. It's in simulation mode now, and apparently, I believe this is the packet. It says add a simple task. So I say send a ping from here to here, and then play it. And see how the little thing goes up in there? And he said, what do I do now? All right? And then he said, oh, you go up there to the router. And the router does what he do. And he goes there to the switch. And the switch is sending out ARPs on that's what they call it. And he sent to everybody. You see what he just did, right?
Yeah.
He asked all of them, which one of you is you? That's what they call a broadcast, all right? And now he has to return it back to the other guy. So he's going back to the router, and the router's going home, and he's doing some stuff here. He's checking back there, and then he's broadcasting back to them guys, and he's saying he got to the switch now, right, on the other side, and he sent the broadcast again, right, because he needs to know who did that ping come from. He's holding the envelope up in the switch, right? And he says, "That's you." That's what it's doing. Okay. That's what's cool about the simulation mode. You sort of kind of get to see, and remember, he's going to do this 4 times. All right.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but now he should know. He should be a little faster this time. I do believe, but apparently not. He's still broadcasting it. On the switch level, he's still broadcasting it. And yeah, so he's going through that a bunch of times. And we can stop it by just go back to real time. But you see, if you're trying to understand like what really is happening, this happens much faster, right? Right, but it's going to do it for 4 times before it says I'm done. And that's what's sometimes when you kind of like set up a network and it doesn't work, you want to see where it's failing. That's all. This is packet tracer, man. Powerful stuff. Let me see if I go back to real time if it'll stop. Yeah, it stopped. But basically, I just want to show you. I wanted to show you that last part to show you, the complexity of it. Now, what we can do is, let me see if I got this. There's an annotation. Let me see. What it says here. Paste. View entries. There's an annotation. It's been a while since I used this tool, man. Let's see. Draw a line. I think this is place a note. Okay. Okay. So this is place a note. So basically, I can write. Okay. So I can say, I can do this, and I can email you this configuration now, right? This is the cool part that you didn't even realize, right? Okay? I'm gonna email you this, all right? So I'm gonna copy this bad boy here. I'm gonna copy this, and I'm gonna do like this, and I'm gonna do a Control V, carriage return, 10.com, right? That's his IP address, and his slash notation is a /8, okay? Right, for this interface on this guy. And I'm gonna copy the other guy. I can actually just do it like this and just do like what we did before. Here, and just back it up one, right? And he's 192.168.0.1, okay? And let's stick over here somewhere. Anyway, okay, and I can do the same thing for these guys too. Let me just go down here a little bit and just annotate these guys out. So for this guy here, his IP address is 10.0.1.2, and for this guy, he's 10.0.0.3. And for him, because just to keep all that in your head is a headache, right? You know what I'm saying? I'm all about making life easier, right? Okay. And you'll see that there's a greater significance to what I'm doing, why I'm doing it, and we can play with this one some more. So we kind of like we'll beat it to death. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
So that you fully, because these are the basic concepts that guys, I see this, like guys, it's like, man, they don't understand what's going on. And this is like some real basic stuff here that if you get it now, man, your life will be easy, man. That's all I can tell you. You know what I'm saying? Now this is supposed to make me able to move it around. See, now I can move it around. So there's little clicks. You see what I'm saying? Clipboard, you can write, and over here you can move the stuff around, okay? So I'm just moving around like this, moving around like this. I can move everything around like that. And I think
that's the IP address up on the computer.
yes, that is. And I'm gonna just kind of make it so it fits on here a lot easier. I would almost challenge you to do this as your homework, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to send you this file, right? And what's cool about this, because you have the application on, but we want to get you logged into this packet tracer to get you at least set up, okay? So right now you can see everything's on here, right? Okay. So I'm going to save it as, let me just put this here. You can tell it's kind of jiggly. If you click in the wrong place, it'll think you want to edit the thing. Okay, so we're gonna call this lab. We'll just call it lab 1, right? Okay, so I'm gonna save as. Should get you in, right? And just click go back. Yeah, there you go. Now you're in. Now the thing is, right? I just basically, if you think about this, right? I just sent you what I was working on, right? This is the environment that I was working on, right? And it's saved in the default location in your documents, network labs tray, okay? And what you want to do is start a new project, which is going to basically be this same guy here, right? And you can do it one of two ways, right? You can choose to do it right next to this one, but before you start, you would just put like, class 101 instead of trade, right? You could actually go to the files up in the upper left-hand corner and click on file and do a save as. Right. And call that class 101. This way you know it's you, what you're doing, class 101. Yeah. And when you hit on save, you'll see that it basically now it's class 101. So you can, this is sort of like your scratch pad. You'll say, hey man, I'm gonna do what Audley did. Okay. And you can move this stuff around. I do believe if you sort of, if you can just like click on them and drag them over. But yeah, so you want to basically move it over, make it so you have space to do your own version of the same thing. Yeah, just move it over. Yeah, and that's up to you, man. You know, you take your time and play around it. Move it over to one corner, and then on the other corner, you're gonna do what I did. You know, and yeah. As they say, you give it your own style. You can just hit save if you want to. And the thing about it, it'll always ask you to save it before you get out of it, right? And you see the icon down there next to the little to Outlook. You see the little envelope with the little spyglass on it? That is Packet Tracer. Just hover over to the right. One more. There you go. That's Packet Tracer. So whenever if you want to just launch it directly, you can just launch it directly, right? Or you can go to your folder and double click on whatever you had saved, and that'll launch it. Okay. And what I would say is for now, right? I mean, you can do more now if you want to. If you want to get a feel of it, you see at the bottom left-hand corner. Okay, so you see right now the box is highlighted over the components, right? You know, so you see, so it's router is the round thing, and switches. If you click down below it, right, you see the switch. Click on that. The square box will change it to all the switches, right? See, and I use the 2960 switch for this example, so you can just click on it. Yeah, if you click on that 29, and then go over to the I guess you drag it up. I think you drag it up there. Yeah, there you go. That's how you get it on the screen, okay? Right. And if you want to do one PC, you go back to the computers next to it, right? Click on that, and then you see a PC, and drag it up there, right? And then just do a connection, you know, lightning bolt, and then straight through. And then you don't drag that up there. Remember, just unclick. Yeah, now go up there. Say, click on him, and then go to the drop down. Right, click on that, and then click on the switch, and then choose the first one. There you go. See, that's how it's done. All right. Now, I'm gonna send you the video. I'm gonna stop this recording here. All right.
Yeah.
Okay,